select few on my G strapped up with them 2 leads. Nick T kick back with that cool steez. Hard work pays off when you somebody.
But like, yeah, so I think it was something completely other different. But they was telling me I was diagnosed with acid reflux with a touch of asthma or whatever, because like I always had these weird ass feelings in my chest, and it would be hard for me to breathe sometimes. And sometimes, like, it's at that school or at Reed, when I used to go to the school, bro, like, it was a lot of motherfuckers that smoked cigarettes.
At Reed?
Yeah.
Damn.
And I'm talking like students and teachers, nigga. So, but a lot of students would fucking smoke cigarettes in the fucking bathroom and shit. So like when you walk past certain areas, that's all you smell. It's a shitty ass bathroom and cigarette smoke. You dig? So, just that the entire aroma of the school used to just get to a nigga, son. Mm-hmm. You dig? And so I fucking a lot of times when I was there, it would be hard for me to breathe in certain areas, like I had short of breath. You dig? And it would also be at home too. Random times at home, I'll have short of breath. But like, it got to a point where pretty much the entire school knew about it. Like, as far as like the staffs, like the security guards knew about it and shit, because they'll see me leaving out of class to go to the fucking nurse office to take a treatment real quick. Mm-hmm. You dig? And then but like, there were days where I legit needed to leave because I just couldn't be there. Like I'm constantly like doing shit like that, nigga, to try to like get air, nigga, because it just the conditions in this bitch. So
you was going through that shit?
Yeah, like it was poo. It was it was real life poo. So a nigga just I have to go. So I'll just go home. So they got hip to that shit. So the days when I really didn't need to leave, I would still just leave. Because like I just hated school. The only time I enjoyed going to school, bro, was before the storm, when I was at my middle school, New Orleans Charter Middle School. Like with the first year I went there, I had fun because I was fucking off mostly, but I was on some depressed shit because I didn't really want to go there at first because I wanted to go to Fantasy where all the homies was going, nigga. Mm-hmm. And East Show, nigga, if you from East Show, nigga, you went to Gaudet, you went to Fantasy, you went to Gaudet for middle school, Fantasy for middle school, and you went to Reed or fucking A for high school. That's just what it was, nigga. That's a hood ritual, but mostly for high school, you're definitely going to Reed or whatever. So, nigga, I was trying to do tradition. I was trying to keep up with the tradition, nigga. Like, my fucking, shout out my sister, I lay you to that, shawty. She definitely did all those, nigga. She went to got that for elementary, Fantasy for middle school, and she graduated from Reed from high school. And I ended up graduating from Reed too. But
so you basically did the tradition?
Nah, but for middle school, I went to New Orleans Charter Middle School.
Oh, yeah, you did.
Yeah, so shout out to them, whoever created that shit. I still remember a couple of people that was there. Mr. Mingo, Mr. Altman, that was Dr. Kasner, that was the principal. Miss Benoit, that was my favorite math teacher. Shout out my nigga B. Eric, because that was his aunt.
Shout out all y'all.
Shout out everybody that was at New Orleans Charter Middle School, period.
You know what's crazy?
Nigga.
The teachers that really care.
Yeah, like those teachers cared.
They the lit.
Those teachers gave a fuck.
When a motherfucking teacher really sit down and talk with you, not to you, like,
those
do this,
teachers
do that. They
fuck,
really just be like, so, how you doing? You know what I'm saying?
Those teachers gave a fuck, bro.
Like, bro, like you were talking about your French teacher. My French teacher at Carr, nigga, she was like the Jose. Like, I talked to her about literally anything. She was like my older best friend out of kids. Like, she was an adult person that was like I was telling her about this one. My ex, right? I'm like, man, is she a fucking...
Happy birthday, DracCray.
Happy birthday, you know what I'm saying? You did. We're going to throw that out there.
We keep forgetting to say it sometimes. But
I remember
birthday,
when I was telling her about my ex, right? And I'm like, man, she a fucking thot. She this and that. She was like, why is she a thot, Renell? I'm like, man, she cheated on me, man. She was texting other niggas and shit. Like, legit talking to her like that. You know what I'm saying? I be looking for that kind of joke from a teacher.
Sometimes you need somebody that's a little bit older.
Exactly.
To joke to, bro.
Exactly. Because I remember one time we walked in that bitch together. She was like, oh my God, I'm so happy to see you guys together. I'm like, don't play with me right now, Miss Chapman. Like, come on, man. That's still my dog to this day. Shout out Miss Chapman, you heard me. I think she got married too. You did. Shout out to you. You, even though I don't know no French to this day.
Nigga feeling righteous.
That Jim Beam. I only had one drink, my nigga, and I'm feeling.
Cup.
I'm feeling good.
Well, this is my third shot that I'm sipping on.
A little more.
You want a little more?
A little more. Alright, go back and let this. You know what I'm saying?
Like, girl, look at you. You still.
Go home talking like Pops.
Yeah, alright, baby. What you doing, baby?
Woo.
What you doing?
Remember they Friday the
Johnson. The Johnson swing.
My Johnson swing left and let's go right, son. Woo. Woo.
The Johnson swing.
Rest in peace, Pops.
Yeah, man.
They really taking all the good ones.
They taking the real ones.
They really like going heavy.
Rest in peace,
they taking the good ones.
Rest in peace, Bernie Mac.
They done took Kobe.
Rest in peace, Richard Pryor. Rest in peace, Kobe.
They done took the Black Panther.
Yeah, rest in peace, the Black
They done took my auntie from Baps.
Yeah,
they gonna take everybody to 2021. This and he going for everybody. You gotta be careful out here in these streets. Yeah.
We not supposed to be laughing at that.
We not, but it's serious.
They coming for us.
They coming, you dig. I don't know what's going on in the app, but y'all be safe out there, you know what I'm saying? Watch your people. Because I done lost a lot.
Watch your people.
Son, you know what's sad? I really lost a lot of people, too, son. And I ain't trying to get on no serious stuff, but I really lost a lot of people. I can't even count how many people I done lost from blood to not blood. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. I didn't became immune to this shit like it's supposed to happen. And I did never wanted to get to that type of situation where it's like, when somebody died now, it's like, oh, damn. They did, but it's like, I'm used to hearing people dying that's close to me, man, that I've known for so long. You know what I'm saying? That's why I just be like, that's why I be really trying to keep people close and be like, yes, y'all want to do this and y'all want to do that. We can do this, but I would just wish we had some motherfucking money, you know what I'm saying? We'll really be going in this bitch. That's why we all trying to get to what we trying to get. Because once that happens, son, I'm really going to try to keep everybody close. Because this shit is serious. The death is serious, nigga.
Everybody that need to be close gonna be close.
You need to keep your peoples close, you know what I'm saying? I love all my peoples, even though even if I haven't seen you in so long. I feel like if I haven't seen you in so long and then I come back to you and then we can have the fireest conversation like we've been seeing each other.
That's still saying love. But if I come back around you and it's still like weird, like I don't know if I want to like, yeah.
That's where it's like, okay, why it's feeling like this?
Yeah, like it shouldn't be weird.
On? You know me.
You know what I'm saying?
I know you.
It shouldn't be weird.
Why we feel like I just met you just now? Don't do this to me. You can act goofy if you want to. I'm here. But it be like that, son. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody. Rest in peace, Nipsey.
Rest in peace, Nip. We bumping that. He just came on the playlist.
Hustle motivation, baby.
Rest in peace, Nip, man. That's a real one. But yeah, man, it definitely shouldn't be weird around people you know for a long time, especially if they family, man. Like, happy birthday, DracCray. Before I forget, we get into another jokes and we forget to say happy birthday, nigga. This birthday.
Shout out to you, my nigga.
This for you, nigga.
I remember when your ass will motherfucking be in the mud when we stayed in Texas. This one when we stayed in Texas. You know what I'm saying? We both had twin beds, and I had an air bed on my shit, but we were wrestling. When we popped his shit, because we was wrestling on them hoes. Legit wrestling. Like, RKO type shit, nigga. Like, we was legit sacrificing our bodies. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to you, my nigga. I remember all them times, you know what I'm saying? I was always close to this nigga.
I want to send him a shout out because I just remembered the first time this nigga went to ribbon me one time. And I have no comebacks.
No.
Like, all my comebacks was lame. And like he kept coming back with some shit. I don't know if he remember this story, bro, but it was him. It was me, him, and Richmond. And we was at my crib, and like we just started a ribbon session, son, and I had a good run in the beginning, and then he just started coming with some shit. And not only was he coming with some shit, like he was animated with it, like on some DC shit, on some DC on Fly shit.
Yeah,
like, he was animated with his jokes.
Yeah, making all kind of noise.
Yeah, like he making noise and making faces with his jokes, son, and like I didn't have none of that shit. I had all the typical dumb jokes, like all the typical quick
stupid lollipop.
Yeah, stupid bubblegum face.
Bubblegum face.
Like he kept coming with some random shit and making like doing voices and shit with it and shit. And like Richmond and I think Brittany was there, and like it was somebody else though, but everybody was joked out, and I ain't had no like solid comeback. And I started getting mad, so I was like, you know, like Richmond pointed like, so you can't get mad, so you just go on.
Son, you know what's crazy, son? I used to get ripped so much, right? I had to learn how to do that shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Niggas was just coming at me, son. I just be like, damn, can y'all leave me alone? I don't rip. I don't know how to rip. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to fight, though.
Yeah, 130.
You know what I'm saying? But then it took me to where niggas was just really just ripping me. I got tired of that shit. And I was like, boy, I'm about to get your stupid looking ass. Like I said, I was still shy at the time. You can't go and rip the shy guy. Go rip the guy that's talking shit.
For a long time, I used to be like worried about like I'll be cool if I got the run and I got all the jokes and shit, and then soon as somebody come around and they got all the jokes, I'm like, man, what the fuck? But like nowadays, like I've learned to steer in the skid. Like if somebody got the jokes, especially if it's the homie, son, if it's one of y'all and shit, and y'all gotta like just steer into the skid, nigga.
Definitely.
Like when like that other day when we finished one of the casts for J episode, you dig?
And then
that nigga said I look like R. Kelly, and we started doing the fucking the Mr. Biz song. You dig?
Yeah.
Like steering to the motherfucking skid. Don't be no bitch ass nigga and stir up. You ain't got no jokes. Fuck, play the part that they saying you look like. You nigga, make that shit more fun, nigga. Like
damn,
that's all it is. But man, we don't want to make this shit so many parts, you know what I'm saying? I appreciate everybody that be watching and tuning into each and every part. You know what I'm saying? When we got to drop these multiple parts and shit.
We gonna be famous one day.
Someday y'all gonna feel us on this shit, you dig? I know a lot of y'all don't want to watch an hour or 20, 40 minutes at a time anyway, so.